Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at how to set up command handlers and looking at how to put your code into the script and actually learning how to run certain stuff. So this video is going to be kind of split up into two parts. One is going to be the basic command handler, so it's just running your code in the same file as the main one, and the second part is going to be a little bit more advanced, but it makes it a lot more easier to put your code. It's going to be using different folders to store your code. So first thing we're going to do is open CMD and locate to the file that we have our thing in. It's called Discord bot tutorial. Just like that. Now in, and then remember to type code space dot. And now we'll open up our code for the file. Alright, so here we go. So this is all we've done so far. So right now it doesn't do anything, the bot has no code to run off of. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually type in a few codes and get this thing to run so that we can actually put in stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in const, we're going to make our prefix now, so we're going to make const prefix equals, and then whatever you want your prefix to be. So for this tutorial we're going to make it the exclamation mark. Just put it in the single quotations and then go there and finish the code off with a semicolon. Once that's done, we're going to go down over to about here and we're going to start actually coding to the point where we can get our code to run. So we need to type in client.on, and then we're going to do in parentheses and single quotations message, and then move to the right of that and put a comma, and then message, and then an arrow function, and then in the bracket things, and open that up. So now when the bot turns on, it's running the message. So now if we go if, and then those, and then if we not message dot content dot starts with, and make sure when you put a word like this you got to use camel casing, so each word you put the second word it has to start with a capital, and then we put in this prefix. So prefix is our variable here, so prefix, so meaning the exclamation mark prefix, and then we move to the right of that, and then we press space, and then we do this symbol. It's the one above your enter key, and we press space again, message dot author dot bot. So, and then we go to the right, and then we go return, and then we put that in. So basically what this is doing is so if the message is not starting with the prefix, we are returning, or if the message is from the bot, we're returning. So return means we're just stopping the code right there. So now that that's done, so it's just going to ignore every message that doesn't start with a prefix. The next thing we've got to do is we've got to like splice that code. So basically when you type in a code or a command, it will, if you type the command and then the thing afterwards, it won't run unless you splice it. So it's like basically enabling it. So say if you tried to type something like this, you tried to type, let's say, ping, and then when you put the space there, something like this, it's not going to work, because to be able to splice it, it's not going to recognize that second part because there's a space between it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do const args, and then we're going to do equals message dot content dot slice, and then we go like that, prefix dot length, oops, and then we move to the right, dot split, and then we put in the parentheses, we do slash space plus slash, and then we put the semicolon there, and then we put in const command equals args dot shift and then in the parentheses leave them like that, and then press dot 2, and then capital L lower, and then capital C case, and then put the empty parentheses and semicolons. So now that that's done, it allows us to write a code like, say we will do this, and then it allows it to actually comprehend this, or like recognize that as still part of the command. So now that we've done that, we're going to start actually getting our commands. So what this does is it actually is recognizing the command. So if, in parentheses, command, and then we put 3 equal signs, and then single quotations. Now this is what your command is. So say it's for this part, we're just going to do ping. So just like that. So if command equals ping, we're going to move to the right, and we're going to open this up with one of these, just like so. So if command equals ping, then now this is all we've got to do for our code. So in here is where we put our code for the first part. So this is the basic way to do it. If you're only coding a small bot that only sends only short texts or something like that, and not actually whole stuff, well, this is what you do for that. So for now, we're going to do message.channel.send, and then in the parentheses, and then single quotations, this is what you want to send in the channel. For now, we're just going to do pong, so that it sends ping pong, and then we're just going to do that. And that's basically all you really need to do for the basic command handler. And if we actually run this, we can go node space dot, as you know, wait for it to load up. The bot is now online, as you can see. If we go ping, it will reply with pong, as you can see. Now this method is good for small bots that will just say something. So if you're only typing small sentences or something like that. But the second way to do this is you can actually, when you're coding large bots that require lots of code for one command, it's better to create a file or something, like how we have the main.js here, for one individual piece of code. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually make a folder. So go to the Discord tutorial, alright, make sure it's open and click new folder, alright, and you can just put in commands, just like so. And now this is where we can hold all our commands. So if we need to add a few more constants first. So we need const, and then fs equals require, and we put in this, and single things, and fs, just like that. And then we do another one, client dot commands equals new, and then Discord with a capital, Discord dot capital C collection, and then the single things like that, and then boom, just like that. So then there's one more thing, which is const command, files with a capital F, const command files equals fs.read_sync, just like that. And then we put in the things like that, single quotation, and now this is basically navigating to the command folder. So we do ./commands, or whatever you named this folder here. So this one here is what we're going to name this here, and we put another slash like that. So we go back to the things, and then we go .filter, and then file, and then put an arrow function, just like that. So this is what we're doing here, is we are actually filtering out for only JavaScript files. So it ends, and then with, and then open this up like that, .js. So what this is doing is it's filtering out all the files in the script and only making it for .js files. And I accidentally messed it up, just like that. There we go. So only JS files will actually be able to be, come through here. So if anything else comes through, it won't be recognized. Next we're going to do is we're going to create like a for loop. So this is going to basically keep running this thing so that it won't stop. So we're going to go for, and then in this const file of command files, and then we go over here and open this up just like so, and we do const command just like that equals require, and then now we put in the backtick. So above tab on your left side of your keyboard next to 1 you see this. So this basically is representing a file. You press ./commands and then you put slash again. Now for this part you want to put a money symbol just like that, and that's might be a little bit weird if you're new to coding, but just you go like this and then you press this command again and it will go blue if you're using Visual Studio Code, and then we go file, and then we go to the end and we put in the thing there. So now we've got to go down some more, and then we put in client.commands.set, and then open this up, commands dot name, then we put a comma, command, and then we put that. So now basically what we can do now is we can actually have this locate to a certain file. So what we do here is we actually first we're going to actually create the folder. So let's say, oh, sorry, we shouldn't create that. So we've got to open up commands and create, right click and create a new folder, and then let's name it ping.js. So whatever you want your command to be, just name it that. So our command here is ping, like here. So we're going to create a folder in the command section called ping.js. So now what we do here is we actually go into here and we type in module.exports, and then we go equals and open this up, and now we can start entering information about what this file does, what this command does. So the first thing we're obviously going to need is the name. So name, and we're going to name it ping, just like that. Now you have to put a comma over here and then press enter, and then we're gonna, next thing we're gonna do is description, and we're gonna put this is a ping command. You can put a more detailed description if you want, but it's not really too necessary. It's just to keep track of what it is. And then now this is the part where we're going to be executing the code. So we go execute, and then we type in message, and then comma args, and then we move over and open this up, and now this is all of this in here, this whole space in here is where the whole code will go. So it will execute everything within this folder. So for what we had here, this code over in main.js, this was message.channel.send pong, right? So that's what the code is. So we're just going to enter that in here. So it's just message.channel.send, and then we open it up, pong. And I'm going to add a little emoji, which is ping_pong for Discord, and then we just close it off. Now remember to save your things. So each file, you need to save each file specifically. So now that's done, that's just basically the whole code. You just exit here, and the last thing we need to do is a couple things to this here. So now what we need to do is we need to actually get rid of this, so we don't actually enter our commands in there anymore. What we've got to do instead is we go client.commands.get, and then we open this up, and now we put in our file name. So our file name over here is ping.js, so all we have to write is ping. That's why it's best to write whatever the command is as the folder name, so it's easy to keep track of. And then we go .execute, and then we put in here message space comma args, and then we put semicolon on it, and that's basically it to coding it. So that's all you need to do to be able to create the advanced thing. So right here you can see this is all done, and then as long as we've saved it, we have to rerun it. So press Ctrl C to exit and run it again with the fresh code. Once that is online, we can see it will still do the exact same thing. See, it's our updated code now. You can see that it's running everything within this here. So it's running that. Now I'm going to do another one, a quick tutorial on another one, how to do it. So this, if you want to add more to it, all you have to do is else, if, and then copy this out exactly the same, just like so. So it's just command triple equals, and then let's say YouTube, and then we go over here and we open this up, and we do client dot get, dot command dot get, and then we type in whatever the command is, so whatever the folder is going to be, and we're just going to be naming the folder YouTube because that's what the command is going to be. So then we go dot execute message args, just like so. And if we save that, but now it's got nothing to run off of, because if we run this, we rerun the code. Oops, sorry. No dot. See, if we go YouTube, it's not going to do anything because there's no folder for it. So we actually have to make sure to create that folder. So new file, YouTube.js. And in here we do the exact same thing, module.exports, and then equals, open this up, name, YouTube, oops, that was a big typo, YouTube, comma, and then we do the description, description, let's say links the YouTube channel, just like so, comma, and now we got to put in the execute. So basically we go execute, and this is just, remember, executing everything. So it's message and then args, just like so, and then we open this up like this, boom, and now we can just type message.channel.send, and then we can just put in whatever we want. So I'm just going to put in https youtube.com/accuser13, and that should work. And if we actually click that link, open that, you can see it opens up my YouTube channel. Don't mind dropping a subscribe if you want. And now if we make sure our code is here and everything's saved, it should still have this. Remember, if you're putting the execute, then you put execute message args, make sure it's in the right order, so it has to be message args, because later on in the tutorial we're going to be putting in other stuff, so like Discord and stuff when you're executing stuff, so make sure it's always in the right order. Now if we run this code, and we can go YouTube. Oh, let's see what's happened here. Cannot get the property of get undefined. Ah, see what I did here? Typo. You're gonna put commands, and it should save that. See, there's an error. You just gotta troubleshoot it and make sure you just follow the thing correctly. Now it should work. That was just a typing error, so. And now it posts the YouTube channel there, just like that. And as you can see, everything's good. So now that's all done, that's basically the way you can set up your command handlers, and this is basically, you put all your code inside the execute files. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you have any ideas on what Discord commands I could make, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know, and I'll create tutorials on them for you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.